Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Onward VR Master League. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's, and I'm joined here by my co-caster Sleepy with 2 3's. How are you, sir?
I am doing fantastic, NightFiree, and I am excited to bring the folks the second of our Friday night fights here in the Onward Master League family.
Oh yeah, it is going to be a interesting one. We got 2 bronze squads facing off today, Rome and Sinister Pride. That's not to say that they are new teams by any means. Maybe just having a rough start to the season in terms of their MMR placements. They have been around for a bit, and they have faced each other in Season 6 once before. Sinister Pride losing 6-12. What do you think we're going to see today, Sleepy?
Well, I'm hoping to see a good bout. I believe I've cast 1 or maybe 2 of Rome's matches, and they seem to do a pretty good job with their opponents, so I think they're going to put up a good fight. Sinister Pride been around for a long time as well. I think they're back to like Season 3, maybe even earlier. So I think we're going to see a good fight here. Sinister Pride, I think, has finally locked down their roster a bit, and that's going to be a great thing for them as they work on that cohesion now.
Absolutely, and you know, the lobby is getting prepped, so we should just dive on into what we're going to see today out of the picked bands. Coming from Sinister Pride, we have Tanker being banned, and coming from Rome, we have Cargo. What do you think about this first map choice? Real classic, I guess.
It is NightFiree. We do get Bazaar for our very first bout, and I think it's going to be a great one. Bazaar is a fantastic map overall. It's great for us casters because it's got a lot of open overhead rather than those confined spaces like Subway, Tanker, Cargo, and the like. So it gives us a great vantage point to all the action, and we can bring you high angle shots. We can get you right in over the shoulder with a little effort, or less effort, I guess I should say. Sorry, I can hardly speak right.
That's all right. Just taking a look at rosters as well before we dive on into our first round on Bazaar. From Rome, we have Lorena Scout, Aramida, Rome Gladiator, William Dunce, and Lucky AF. And on Sinister Pride, we have Kanan, Ostentatious, Lionheart VR, Nolus, and Fester Taint. Standard rosters for both, I think. Nothing too out of the ordinary coming in here. Those seem pretty normal. I think we have some additional guys as well on Sinister Pride, Virus Trojan, but he's not in, obviously. And on Rome, there's Man Bear Pig and Mad Somnus. We're not being played, so both squads with an available substitution if they want to bring it in. We'll see if we see anything like that as the series progresses, but patiently awaiting guys to fire it up. Oh, and we're ready to go because I'm ready to hop into this Bazaar map and see what kind of quality matchup we're going to get.
That's right. I'm itching to get into this action. It's going to be a good night. It's a great way to start off my weekend. Literally just walked in the door, barely made it with 10 minutes left. I had NightFiree sweating bullets that he was going to have to do this thing on his own. But we made it, and we're here. It looks like we've got everyone in our lobby, so hopefully we're getting into the action soon here on Bazaar. A great map to start off with, and a good test of a team's coordination, honestly. A lot of these points having a lot of points of attack and a lot of angles that the defenses have to cover, so we'll see what Rome and Sinister Pride have up their sleeves for Bazaar here, hopefully very shortly.
Yeah, we are going to start things off with that little, I don't know, ice cream truck objective, or I don't know what the common name is for this. And this one, we see some real interesting strategies break out here. Thankfully, our timer is accurate as well. If we notice any inconsistencies in UI, we'll be sure to be calling those out. That's a very possible outcome. But hopefully everything stays good for us, Sleepy. We can keep our fingers crossed, right?
That is right, NightFiree. And Rome, tablets out. It looks like their whole team ready to just go for the objective. Their mind is on the cap, and I like to see that, especially in those newer teams.
See how fast they push it. Good communication from Sinister Pride, IDing some of these early pushes here. Lena with a pistol, a silenced pistol out here. Look at this kit right here, Sleepy. This is an interesting one. Silenced pistol and a shotgun.
Who is this?
Lorena Scout.
Oh, actually, that does not surprise me. Lorena Scout is...
That's right. He's like one of the very few shotgun league
and
advocates.
Pistol wielders. Yeah. Yeah, he... I remember back when I was playing a lot more consistently, meeting him in comp lobbies and always seeing him, even on maps like Downfall, with a pistol or a shotgun. And I always questioned it, but I gotta be honest with you, he's pretty dang good with those. He gets some pretty long distance kills with the pistol, and Lionheart gonna pick up the first kill for Sinister Pride, or at least the first down. And Lionheart, that's a familiar name. He's our sub of the year. He's already filled in for like 8 teams this season, and man, oh man, has he been doing some damage, and already he's doing well for Sinister Pride already.
Yeah, he is definitely someone that they have to watch out for as he grabs the Reser. Not the Resi, so that's a good pickup. Lucky AF, if he takes one round, he's going to be in trouble. But he does manage to get out with the help of that smoke, and Lionheart rotates back around to defend the backside. Fester up here in this 2-story may have a potential shot here. Taking some shots from into this little mini courtyard area, it looks like, but they've rotated out. They're all shifting to the middle.
Well, and good for them. If your first route doesn't succeed, try a different one, stupid. And Lucky and Aramita are going to do exactly that. They've now pushed their way into the western side of the courtyard. Lionheart has fallen back to watch that southwestern alley entrance on the backside, and Rome's still sitting up one man, so they're sitting pretty comfy at the moment.
I mean, down one man.
Yes.
Ostentatious here is getting a little antsy, kind of rotating in and out of that blue room, trying to check the center, and he hasn't caught anybody out. Fester, however, on the 2-story, does snag Aramita. He's still a very serious threat up here. They're going to have to deal with him before they make their push.
That is right. He's got a great advantage. He's got a great vantage point over the cross onto the street. He can catch out William Dunce. Ooh, Gladiator. Ooh, the frag on the is just far enough away from Gladiator to keep him alive, but almost a great one there from Ostentatious. They're not really capitalizing on these smokes that they've thrown. That's where my concern is, but as I say that, more smokes come out. Kanan's going to find one and pick up William Dunce. He'll still be revivable, though, and it looks like Lucky AF is picked up on where Fester Taint is and is now trying to suppress him.
Yeah, they cannot push on these smokes because of Fester's position, that 2-story spot. Now Austin in that blue room, they're just completely pushed on, or suppressed here from crossing the street. And then to add on that Kanan way across there, catching one out earlier, Lucky has no chance of crossing this street alive unless he really pulls out some incredible, some incredible aiming here. I think his rotation is actually the best option to try and work down the line of defenders instead of facing them all at once.
I agree with you 100%. His only option here is to do exactly this, and that's going to be pick and move, because he's not going to be able to let them zoom in on him.
He saw Lionheart tucked in the corner, but Lionheart catches him out as he tries to cross the street, and a very strong defensive hold from Sinister Pride. We'll see if this sort of dominance continues as they shift over to Marsoc. What a good start.
Yeah, I think we saw a great round there. I think Rome had a fairly decent attack strategy. They did not utilize their initial smokes. We did see some more come in later. However, I think Sinister Pride there just put up a better defense and a very strong one. Lionheart doing some damage for his team that he is reservist for as well, getting 2 kills there and starting the domino effect that was that Sinister Pride win.
To see how well he fits, he can fit into a team. I think it is kind of a thing we don't highlight too often because usually the top tier teams don't ever use reservists. They'll opt for their own reserves instead. But there's definitely some reservists that do very well to mold into the team that they decide to play on, and just basically another guy on that line. Holding his defense pretty well, so
that's it. Just another guy on the line. One comes in, another goes out. Unfortunately, it's the way it goes sometimes. Yeah, but I will agree with you that you don't see a lot of the top tier teams reaching for the reservists. They'll either make sure they have 5+ backup, or they'll schedule accordingly. And
yeah, it's the practicality of it. They know that if they actually, if you're a top tier team, there's very real possibilities that in some of these tournaments, if there's LAN tournaments, that you're going to be going and you're going to need to bring more than just 5 because of stamina and all sorts of real life issues. So it'll be interesting to see how it shakes up. I suppose once these. I don't know, these teams, they really just need to have their own reserves. You need to keep recruiting. They need to bring in reservists that they like and fit well into the team. Rome should maybe consider recruiting. Sinister Pride should consider recruiting.
That's a good point. I think Sinister Pride has been doing some recruiting lately, and I think they've more recently solidified their lineup. Today might be an exception, and we could be just seeing a scheduling issue for their players, but I think they have solidified their lineup, and we'll have to see if they're coordinated enough. William Dunce is going to grab Kanan on the west side, but Lionheart's going to get the refrag. Then William Dunce is going to come around and also find Fester from the center bazaar there. He's tucked into a stall on the spawn side of the street, so he's got kind of a back watch over the street crossing, and unless they can get that angle or know he's there and pre-fire the heck out of that stall, they're not going to be able to get William Dunce without another pick or two.
Ooh, almost gets a third there.
Lorena Scout, though, coming around and finishing off the job. He gets Fester Taint and Lionheart with his pistol to finish them off. Sinister Pride is in a 2v4 now, and it looks like Rome's going to return the favor on this defensive round.
Yeah, they're putting up a very strong defense themselves. I think Sinister Pride probably had a better chance with their push up the center, just because they had more team members alive. But now, yeah, it's a 2v4. They don't really have any utility to cross the street. Granted, Rome's hold of the street is not as strong, so there are some gaps in which they can kind of cross.
Lorena Scout getting antsy, or does he see someone? I hear him popping off quite a few shotgun shells.
He's pushing up, charging in, ostentatious. One down. Catches him out with the over-aggression and almost team kills. A teammate as he comes rounding the corner, and now we're into a 2v3.
What do you think, man? They took them all down. It's just us.
All right, we got what, one down?
Don't line up.
Oh wait, the initial exchange. I was gonna say, do you remember when Gladiator went down? But he was the one who got that initial trade, I think, in the beginning. So
What's our time?
Sinister Pride with that pick, doing well now. They've kind of reversed the flow of the match. If they can continue to capitalize on this, maybe they can take down one or two more and get a chance at clenching this round, making up for that early three-man pick on the west side.
I don't see anybody peeking blue room.
Trying to weigh their options, discussing what they
I don't know.
know is clear, where they know they've killed some guys. Not that tall of an order, really. If they decide to rotate around to the east, is definitely their best line of approach. They can come in pretty free and easy all the way up onto Aramida. Then it's kind of game on from there, but that's a long rotation, and they have 2:40 on the clock, so see what they decide to do with their remaining time.
It can be done, and absolutely looking at that overhead map, if they rotated, pushed fast north, and then cut east, trying to stay out of sight, they should be able to wrap around that southeastern side, maybe get the pick on that southern defender, and leave it a 2v2 match. It'll be very fair, very good way to fight this one out, but Ostentatious, no, sorry, Nullist, gonna pop off a few rounds. Don't know if that was accidental or what, but it is not gonna be good. It's gonna give the enemy team, unless it was intentional, to let them focus in on one area, but he's kind of still in that general vicinity, so maybe it wasn't the smartest thing if that was his intention.
Oh, Lorena crossing over, almost gets shot by that LMG. Ducks down behind and cover, and he's going to try and challenge that with the silencer, and he gets it. Wow, Lorena really showing off with that pistol, yeah.
I told you, man. I doubted it at first myself, but he has proved himself capable with it. That is very much the truth.
Comes around with the shot. He sends a few blasts over into the wood. Those shots don't land. He's going to try and keep pumping them in, and eventually catches out the last Sinister Pride member tucked away in some wood. We're tied up 1-1. Rome won that round.
Yes, please disregard that last round win overlay. That is a glitch in the casting system, and the devs will be fixing that hopefully very soon for us. So do not worry. The score is tracking, so that's always good. And if not, we do have the option to be able to change that score for them in the round as well. So
we have the scoreboard to make sure that we're all in order. So at least that's operating free and easy today.
Easy like Sunday morning.
Friday night sleep. You get your days straight. Jeez. So far, though, we're off to a nice trade, so to speak. Could be a good indicator of what to expect. Just the back and forth of Volk rounds. I think there's definitely opportunities for both teams to come in with a strong Marsoc attack and get a cap or be right on top of objective with relative ease. I just think it's going to take, you know, the right coordination from the offense to do it, because both Volk defenses were strong there, but I feel like the offenses were a little bit weak, not quite as coordinated as they could have been trying to cross that first street.
Yeah, that is a tougher objective for teams that are still working on their tactics and coordination to have to attack, because it does force you to cross that big open main street, no matter what, really. I mean, even on both far flanks of the map, on the eastern and western side, it is open street. There is not complete cover to be able to hide behind. I mean, in the east, thankfully, you do have the tank, so if you can manage to bound between, you know, a wall of the tank to the other wall on the opposite side, at least have something there. But in the west, it's dangerous going out your front door.
See how Rome attacked this objective. Lucky adjusting his headset back there, it looks like. Doing a little 3-2 split. But Kanan getting a little aggressive here. be peeking out here and to be pushing out like this. Completely exposes himself to William, and that's an easy kill. He almost questions it. Asks his team, is that one of us?
One down.
A little late for that now, unfortunately, but yeah, Kanan does pay for his aggression, and that's not going to help out Sinister Pride's defense here, though they do have a pretty solid, albeit abnormal defense.
They have their positions covered. Fester, he keeps shifting around like that, very vulnerable to a nice nade dropped on his head. Ostentatious is a pretty standard spot, but if he loses focus and doesn't keep track of his squad, this position gets very risky over here because he's so far away from objective.
You are right, and speaking of focus, watching an angle like this requires so much of it. The second you look away could be the second that that enemy crosses your path, and if you're not ready to pull that trigger, they're going to get by you, and if they spot you, there's a good chance they could refrag you for the opportunity.
Okay, go.
You can see Gladiator is trying to spot this. And they are aware of the possibility of this being covered. It looks like he's going to try and smoke Ostentatious out. Better do it quick or he's going to get shot by him.
And he does get shot by him. The smoke, somewhat effective, though it's gone a little far. Rome's still, or Gladiator, I should say. Man, these guys have putting their names on their team names in front of their names. Gets me every time.
Look at this nade.
Uh-oh. And a kill onto Gladiator, who was just revived. Aramita, though, does make it out with his life, though. Questionably, that could have been an insta-kill on Aramita as well.
Yeah. Maybe some awkward pavement there. Saving his life. Either way, he is resible, and Rome managing to keep it into a 3v4. After losing one so early, Sinister Pride doing pretty well holding here. Fester letting loose some rounds. Not sure at what. Looks like most of them just hit that wall right there.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what he was shooting at either. But you know, I think he definitely gave himself away, and then he's got Ostentatious right there, right behind him. This could be a double kill for Rome if they play their cards right. And I think Aramita might have heard a slight pop from Ostentatious. Some shots ring out from Lucky AF. He's going to catch Ostentatious. Fester Tank going to put some shots down range, but nothing connects. Aramita going to come in immediately after and get the nice headshot onto Aramita and finish him off. Sinister Pride now on the back foot here as Rome are now 3-2.
Just like that. Nolus, though, salvaging what could have been a very devastating west flank. Catches out a third member of Rome, and they're into the 2v2 now. Still this street to cross. Let's see if they have the utility and smokes to do it. Looks like they do have a couple. Few smokes getting tossed out, and we'll see if they move on those appropriately.
Well, that one seems like it might be a type of distraction, but Lionheart doesn't appear to be buying it. He's going to have Lucky AF in his sights at any moment. Does he see him? He's in the doorway. He should be able to see him by now. Maybe that lighting, the shots, though, that's going to help him. Oh, takes the peek at just the wrong second and misses out on Lucky AF.
He is Lucky AF as he drops back just at the right moment. He has 1:43 left, and I wonder what his plan is. Aramita here on the flank catches out Nolist.
Uh-oh.
And he should not be rotating around like this. He's got to be crashing in with his buddy. They could be completely pushing in on the objective right now.
Well, he is moving fast there in the south.
Yeah.
He's trying his best to get there as quickly as he can, but Aramita there is going to need to try and continuously hold Lionheart's attention. If he doesn't, Lionheart could start doing exactly what we're seeing him do now, which is start to rotate and check various other angles. So now he's going to be ready for Lucky AF because Aramita wasn't able to hold his attention for long enough here as this... Oh! But he does. Lionheart runs away. This could be Lucky's chance. He pulls tab out here. No, maybe not. Now, Lionheart's playing this very smart as last man standing. He's running around. He says he's going to make him kill him before he gives up the cap. And he does. Lucky grabs the kill. And Rome going to grab their second win, and this one a Marsoc.
Thinking Lionheart might have mustered the comeback there as he ID'd where they were, but a nice continuous strafe from the final member of Sinister Pride, and they take the Marsoc round. Is that right? What was that? Or did Rome take the Marsoc round? No, Rome took the Marsoc round.
Yes, Rome has taken the only Marsoc round so far tonight.
I don't know if
Otherwise,
my scoring
it was
is right. Yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes.
No, I've been trying to keep my eye on it at the end of the round to make sure that the last person I saw die was on X team, you know.
If you notice it, just let me know. Otherwise, we'll just make sure that we'll just say that that is accurate.
Copy that.
Yeah.
And thanks again for everyone as we're here in the middle of the round. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. NightFiree and I back at it again here in the casting chairs for your Friday night fights. Executioner, I'm seeing those biddies, seeing everything you guys do. We appreciate the subscriptions. Don't forget to hit those bells on all the channels. That way you know every time we're going live. We definitely do this for you guys as well as for the love of the game, and we love seeing matches like this where things can go any which way at any which time. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we hope to be right back into this action here after the teams have a moment to do their tactics prep here in the tent.
Mirrored objectives, so we're going back to the west spawn. And this is really dependent on how you set up your defense here, if you can have a good time on this objective or not. If you get over aggressive and you lose one early like that, it definitely becomes rough. You lose control of some key angles that you want to be holding to help deny your other teammates from getting shot. It really takes kind of a good solid amount of coordination to make sure you have all your crisscrosses lined up and covered. Otherwise, there is a decent amount of little spots that they can peek and poke and prod at your defensive line.
We gotta stick to the plans that we set up in the beginning, right?
And this is something that I started to see more out of teams. Aramida pushing up and trying to get. Some teams have even gone in and sprinted into Kayat and gone two-story right away and take control of this Kayat two-story and defend there. Aramida opting for a bit of a more passive defense, a bit more risky, honestly, as he takes hold of this long lane and is exposed to some long shots, but will be able to retaliate.
And Lucky AF using a position you don't really see too often, but it was commonly used from different angles to kind of have the same effect, which is to watch that cross on the center street. He's going to have a very, very tight angle. He's not going to have too much to work with, but he could possibly pop out quickly if he receives a call out of information from his teammates saying there's one out in the middle of the street. He could viably pop out like right now as we see. I think that's Nullist pushing across. No, it's Kanan. If Lucky had received that intel, maybe he could have popped out quickly and grabbed that pick early on for them and set a nice momentum for them to continue their, not really dominance, but their momentum here on Czar.
Kanan inching his way forward here, getting close to this corner. A bit out of his... Oh, Aramida, so we're going to shift over here. He's a bit ahead of his team. As I kind of draw my attention over to the north, Aramida starting to push aggressively forward into Kayat bottom floor here, and he has the potential to catch two out if he's patient. One, if he takes those shots right as he sees somebody. Ooh. And that's probably the worst case scenario, missing those shots. Now they know there's one holding inside here, and Lionheart, he has the right idea. He's going to rotate around through the center of Bazaar and try and catch him.
The only problem I see here with this, it's slowly being corrected, is Lionheart could really use Nullist's backup from up there on that north wall. Yeah. The possibility for a trade or for Lionheart to lose the engagement here with Aramida is too high, and if Nullist were there, it would help equalize the chance for a refrag, if anything, to make sure that the kill goes down. But Lionheart does what he is paid to do today, and that is get those kills, and he is doing a fantastic job here for Sinister Pride as their reservist. Somebody just needs to pick this man up. I'm tired of seeing him just damaging everyone. Great player here being
catches
underutilized.
William Dunce on that tight line through the garbage bags. That's two for him there. He's cleared out the north.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what kind of garbage bags they have here in the locale of the bazaar, but we don't sell bulletproof garbage bags in my neighborhood store. Now it could be Lionheart and Gladiator kicking it off, but Gladiator gonna get the info, and Lorena Scout gonna find another frag as well, and that's gonna even things out a bit. We're into a 3v3. 2 men in the north with just one straggler here in the south, but Rome's gonna help finish that down. They're gonna thin that out. The north now with 1, the south with 1, and Rome up 3-2.
Wow. Rome here doing some serious work to hold the north side. Has shut down Sinister Pride's approach, and now it's down to just Fester, who's made his location known and is dumping some LMG rounds, trying to eliminate anybody holding this west side, but I think they're going to start to push on him now. At least that would be a risky idea. They really should just hold and wait for Fester to push.
You are correct, and that was a smart grenade from Lorena Scout. Had Fester Taint been pushed up any further, he would have been taken down by that frag. So that was a great idea from him, a great read of the battlefield, in my opinion. And Fester Tate now going to relocate. It's a good, smart plan for him. And, you know, he's always done this. He's always been an LMG guy. He's always run that support role a bit for his team. I remember back when we played against him on the Great Apes, back to Season 3 time frame, and he was rocking the LMG then, I believe, as well. So another grenade's going to come out, and that one almost getting upstairs. But it's not going to. It's going to fall a little short. Fester Taint will be safe once again. And he keeps doing this. He's going to run the defensive team out of utility, NightFiree.
I know. He's got 40 seconds left, though. He's running out of time for himself. He's got to push pretty much now. Lucky patiently waiting now as he's pushed up. And I don't know if Fester's going to be ready for that forward defensive position. And he's not as he gets caught out trying to cross the street. And
Rome are going to take that round.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Jeez. Rome.
The overlay is incorrect in this round.
Thank you. Rome go up 3-1. I mean, you already know I'm bad at math. Then you add on top of this that you're throwing different numbers at me.
Not only different numbers, but just confusing puzzles. Did they win? Was that the team that won, or were they the team that lost? NightFiree will be the one to tell us. And if not, Sleepy will correct him. So don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here.
We will always have the right information.
Also, I want to make a little correction to our information earlier. Sinister Pride actually been around since Season 1 or 2, thanks to some info from Eric. They were once Sacrilege and had rebranded to Sinister Pride, I believe, around maybe Season 2 or 3. Okay. So thank you to him for that intel. We obviously appreciate someone correcting us if we are giving out the wrong intel for the teams.
That's actually not really wrong, just I don't know, there's hidden information in the league. You know, there's all sorts of teams that have had their players rather that have had their names changed over the years, and
very true.
It's hard to keep track of it all, especially with how many new teams there actually are, and then also new teams with old players, and some's a mix and some aren't. It's a lot.
It's gonna be all right, NightFiree.
No, I think it will be. Then result, Sleepy, as we get fantastic Onward at a consistent rate. We'll see if Sinister Pride can muster up a defensive round here. It's going to be tough with Rome getting this fast spawn. We'll see how they utilize it.
Yeah, you'll see from the top teams that they'll utilize this quick spawn to their advantage, and it seems that's exactly what Rome is going to do. They push hard to the north side of the bazaar. I'm sorry, of the Kiot building. Excuse me, I have a little bit of the hiccups there as I roll through that one, and Lorena Scout going to take a position watching for the defense as they push out. So not as much advantage taken of the quick spawn as you'll see from the top tier teams, but again, these are some of our mid-ranked teams, so their tactics may be a little different, and their meta might not quite be the same as the people we see cast on a weekly basis in the top 10 and so forth.
Kanan getting up here. Aggressive forward position north. Does have the possibility of catching Aramida if he rotates out. Tries to get around this wall. I think that's the line he's holding. That pays off. Everyone else sort of just kind of peeking around, seeing what they can see. It's pretty standard defense here. You have to, just kind of on a defensive note, you really do have to put these two Ostentatious, where Ostentatious and Fester are. You have to get them up. You have to have two guys up there. If you don't, your control of this objective in the front side is incredibly weak. And you just can't allow enemies to freely enter through this bazaar and come up to the front side. So you'll typically see at least one go into the corner where Fester is, and very commonly one over where Austin is. Sometimes Fester's location is alternatively inside looking through the windows like Austin does. But we've seen new teams learn the hard way that if you don't pad the front of this defense, you get rolled on. Tips from NightFiree. The only trouble is that these spots are so meta now that they start to get naded. Fester almost gets caught by a nade there. The brim of the cement saving his life from that nade rolling up into his corner, and ultimately does get caught out. Not sure who that shot was from. But a quick snap of fire. I think our next trade is going to be up here on the east side. If Gladiator picks up his pace. I think Sleepy went to sleep temporarily. Hopefully he'll be joining us again. William Dunce, all kinds of mic pops. Definitely a potential to give him away. Inching his way up. And these smokes on the backside could be exactly what Will needs. Draw the attention of the enemy. It does bring around Lionheart's vision as he tries to take out Gladiator, but not before Gladiator can grab one. And now, Lorena trying to push up. Shots coming out onto Austin. The flank coming in from William Dunce. He's on the backside. Catches one out. Nolist, unaware of this, he goes down. And Sinister Pride now only have one left. Lionheart, the sub, coming in, crashing in towards objective. Into this 1v1. Full sprint. Spots Lorena. Shots are ringing out. The shot he misses. He peeks out again. Misses another shot. And Lionheart trying to reload. Can't get the clip off his chest. And Rome take the series 4-1. Sorry, the map 4-1.
Not expecting you to come up from behind me.
It looks like our second map of the series is going to be Downfall. That leaves Quarantine, Suburbia, and Subway for our final map. So see if either one of these teams can. Sorry, we'll see if Sinister Pride can muster up a map here. Go over to the match page, just highlight these squads rosters. Talked about it at the start of the round, but show off everyone's fun logos and they got going for their team here. I'm getting word that my co-caster has lost power in his house for a brief moment in time, so he'll be doing some resetting and joining us shortly. Always a struggle. You will be back in time for an exciting downfall match. We are going to have a sub out of Rome. Oh, there he is. He's back.
Hey, everybody. Did you miss me?
They're gonna have a sub out of Rome. Mad Somnus coming into the fray for downfall. They definitely don't need to change up the formula. They performed very well on Bazaar. Maybe one of those guys just doesn't prefer downfall, so they're subbing in Somnus here. Wouldn't be surprised if Somnus opted in for a long-range rifle or something like that, and they're bringing him in. It does look like I missed the start of the round, but not by too much, as both teams have set up and postured for round number 1. We have no objective, which also makes me worry that the timer might not be accurate, but we'll assume everything is hunky-dory, because I believe it is.
Well, on my end, I just made it into the lobby again. I am seeing objective on the map. It is near the ice cream truck building, and I'm seeing about 5.5 minutes, so that seems to match up with when they started, or when the round should have started.
I have 5:03 on the clock. So we're showing different times. Alright, so maybe if I reset after this round, we'll have things fixed. We'll try that out.
Let's give her a shot.
So we're about 20 seconds off on the time, which is fine. At least the colors are right for this round. As Rome rotates around to this North Marsoc, South Marsoc. William Dunn's taking some shots north while Somnus tries to do a little suppressive fire with the LMG, causing up a distraction of all sorts.
It's just shots ringing out from both sides, and I'm not sure if any of them have a specific target. But I'm not seeing, well, I guess there is a hard push in the south. They're pulling out of the southwest, but Lionheart going to grab a heck of a pick from long range there to take down Aramita in the top. He's only down, so he will be able to provide more information and still be able to get revived, of course. But they have distracted the enemy long enough to allow Lucky AF and Lorena Scout to get all the way pushed into the dumpster building here in the southwest and on a good line for the attack for the objective.
Yeah, proning his way up here. The real chore for him is going to be dealing with Austin. Red's coming up on that North Hillside. Turns it back into a 5v5. But once he starts to make his way out, it just becomes really troublesome to deal with that two-story through the window. The angle he has on the street and the crossing, they're going to need the suppressive fire from the LMG, which they have, and Lorena's going to move on that.
A great play, and they were able to get their suppressive fire man on the north side back up. Aramita everything's copacetic now. It's a 5v5 again, and exactly right. Lorena's scout capitalizing on that suppressive fire, and if they continue to do this, this may end up working out very well for them.
Really good play from Rome here to get Lorena where he is. The suppressive fire coming in clutch. Lucky AF still inchworming his way up along this wall, trying to be discreet as possible. I think he's using these little berms maybe to even stay covered from Ostentatious. Lucky Lorena, I think now. Maybe getting spotted by Kanan.
Some good smoke, but he's not quite covered by it. Ostentatious should be able to get the shot. No, he doesn't. He takes a shot, and now he's giving himself away to Lucky AF, who's put some suppressive fire down onto the window. Lorena's scout also kind of focused in that way as well after he clears those stairs to go up into the second floor of the Center Hotel.
Somnus pushed his way in, so now they have that LMG inside. Meanwhile, North is crashing in, so good coordinated push from Rome with 2 minutes left on the clock. This is really good plays out of them. Somnus is going to be looking for this sniper here, Ostentatious.
Lionheart going to pick up a frag on William Dunce. That'll take down one of the members of the Northern push. But as we've said, Somnus, Lorena Scout, and Lucky AF have managed to make quite a good headway with just over 2 minutes left. On my end, anyways. As we said, that's a little bit off for some reason. And Aramita going to grab Ostentatious in that window. That's going to open things up. If they push, they could get the cap here. They just need to stay under that smoke and stay out of sight of Nullus there right on top of the objective.
Yeah, Nullus dumping in suppressive rounds over there.
Lorena's
is
got
pushing
smoke
up
on his chest.
He's got Pat out. The nade's coming in. Nullus IDs him and catches him before he can punch in the code. The entirety of Sinister Pride comes crashing around the corner, which is a free shoot, a turkey shoot for Somnus as he grabs Lionheart. And Nullus still trying to suppress. They have the other guy, North. They need Aramita to come around here. He could catch out these two and just wreak havoc on objective.
Yeah, they do, and Mad Somnus goes down, and that's going to allow them to get the res up on Festertain. It's a 3v1 now, or 3v1.5. They've turned their attention back the other way. Aramita's going to miss his first shots. No, he finds one. Lionheart's on the rotation. Will he catch him? Oh, the shots came out. Aramita knows he's there. Will he be able to get the pick? No, they're going to dance around. Nullus coming around from the other side now. It's looking a lot like a Benny Hill movie. And what is Kanan doing way over there? He's not even trying to come help.
I was just looking at him, and I did not know what his plan was. I don't know why he wasn't looking or shooting at Aramita, but Sinister Pride, good communication on their end to come crashing in on objective like that and shut down what looked like a very possible cap. That's what you got to do, man. You have to be willing to rotate and crash on objective as soon as possible.
Yeah, and honestly, I say that was a really good push from Rome. I can't take that away from them. They may have lost that round, but they won that one in my eyes. That was a great push and well synced and coordinated. Aramita came up when he did. You know, circumstances just fell the way to Sinister Pride, and they get the round, but I think a lot of holes in the defense of Sinister Pride there as we watched 3 kind of get right up to Center Hotel with little to no effort. I mean, who was that? Ostentatious up there in the brothel window. He wasn't really watching that street because he had a beeline on Lucky AF for the longest time before he shot at the LMG shooter out in the open field, and that's what gave him away. Then Lucky started suppressing, and later on we find that he just gets picked off from long range. So it's definitely some analysis that might need to be done on the side of Sinister Pride in accordance with their defense.
Good way to start off the round for them as they lost that first map pretty strongly, 4-1 in the hands of Rome. And I agree with you. Rome's push was looking very good there. That was excellent work all the way around. It's just it does come these objectives. I mean, if you can get to where you need to get, that's half the battle. The other half is then once you get there to be able to push onto the objective effectively, because a lot of teams set up very tight kill boxes on objective and downfall. So even though you may be able to get into positions that seem good to you, it's then once you're there making the magic happen. And it looks like on my end, I'm still going to have the time and lobby bucket. So,
Are you reading about 5:15?
Yes.
Yeah, I am as well. Now, I'm under the understanding that the players still have the correct time. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think so, yes.
Okay, well, we'll hope so, because if not, they're going to be a minute short here on Downfall, and we're going to find out, does shortening the timer on maps like Downfall work for this game?
William Dunn's taking some shots out.
Our colors on the casting side are also backwards, so your Marstock are showing as...
They're good for me.
Oh, okay, well, good for you.
It's good for me.
Exactly, you just said that. Come on now.
I have no team names though. Cough, cough.
Well, oh, did you rejoin? Yeah. How about now? And then... And there's Nullus with the LMG, gonna
Pixels on fucking Center Roof Hotel.
suppressing the Center Roof Hotel, but there's not gonna be anyone there, so
Oh shit.
he's
Okay.
just seeing things, unfortunately. Might need to clean those lenses off between rounds, get that smudge off the lens, because he's seeing stuff out there. And Mad Somnus is in a great position here in the south to stop this push. Kanan's right in the valley. The grenade's out from Mad Somnus. It looks good. Will Kanan get away in time? No! Somnus does get the down onto Kanan, but he will be able to be revived. He's going to push out, though, and this could be a mistake from him. He sees the one on the hillside there, and he's going to grab him, too. That's 2 for him. He's taking fire from a third. Will he be able to pick up Fester Taint? No, he's going to pull back. He said it's not worth it.
He didn't kill either one of them, though. They're both resable.
Nope.
They're definitely going to get those reses, too. At least Fester is going to be able to grab Austin, I think, pretty easily. He does rotate up to the White House to try and confirm that, but doesn't. And both of them are still alive and resable.
He'll get it soon. Even though I'm pretty sure he must think that he got it that time.
Yeah. He's now focused on the north side. Surprisingly, considered he knows that Fester's here and he took some shots. He does find Nolus with the LMG shots into the window. And now he shifts his attention back here. He spots the last one. Out in the south, at least. And
he needs to re-engage, though. There's the revive.
I got him.
Wait. Oh, when Austin got revived, he went all the way back up to the top of the hill where he was.
Then he instantly
like, wait a
goes
second.
down on the back end by Somnus, and Somnus just denying Sinister Pride anything as William shuts down the last member, Lionheart, trying to push up. He seems to be the last quite often.
Yes, and again, folks, please disregard the overlay that pops up there. Rome did take that one. Sinister Pride did get mowed down mostly by Somnus there. He was doing a great job defending the south. I mean, he did make some mistakes at not confirming those kills more quickly, but you know what? It ended up working out for him in the end, so.
Good plays from Rome to grab that round very firmly. I think this is really, it looks to me like it's just going to be a challenge for Sinister Pride. They really just have to keep defending effectively and winning their Volk rounds. I mean, I don't think, it's just the nature of their team right now. They have, I think, 2 subs maybe? I know Lionheart's one. Is there another sub on their squad right now?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, so they only have 1 sub.
Because I think the R in Mad Somnus is obviously for Rome. Unless he marked himself as reservist before he jumped in the game by putting an R in front of his name. That would be pretty interesting. Maybe that's something we should make them do. Make them put bracket R in front of their name if they're a reservist.
Are you sure Lionheart's a sub?
Yes, unless he was recruited recently by Sinister
Pride.
Pride.
On Sinister Pride's team on their roster is the Lion VR.
Oh no, that's a different The Lion.
Wow, that's not confusing, huh?
No, not at all. Almost as not confusing as those overlays that pop up with the wrong team on them at the end of each round.
We'll have it all hashed out. And, you know, at some point, we won't be having these issues anymore, which would be nice. Until then, we will deal with it. Now, it looks like our timer is going to sync up relatively okay, but it's still going to be off as we hop into round number 3 of this second map.
And they're going to get the quick spawn from Rome. Let's see if they capitalize on it. They're all out in the street already. Fester Taint got up in that window quick and just started laying bullets into the south. Or I'm sorry, into the northwest corner of the map here. He's not going to pick up. Who is that? This is an interesting position I'm seeing here, and I'll get my camera set for you so you can jump to it. But William Dunce here, instead of using the building, he's actually pushed kind of farther west and is using the crest of the hill to provide some sort of covery fire or suppressive fire for his team as they make their way up from a different angle. That's an interesting tactic I haven't seen very much. You usually see them kind of use that building that's right in front of him to his left to get aggressive, and Lorena Scout is going to find one real quick on in the center, and then he finds another. Will he get 3 here? Non had to have heard it, but he's not going to go rushing to find him.
I'm seeing wrong colors this round, so that's something to make note of.
I'm not.
Always a struggle, isn't it?
It's not you, it's me, buddy.
Been on here, inching his way up. Here's the comms. Just patiently waiting and misses the shots on the backside.
He's gonna run out. He's out of ammo.
Wow.
Oh, but the trade. Somebody please clip that for me. I want that clip for my own personal collection. That was great.
Really unfortunate for Sinister Pride. Ostentatious going down, or finding Aramita, rather.
Uh-oh. Lucky AF could get lucky AF right here. He's on a good path to be able to sneak right out in front of the defenders. Nope. He could see Fester Taint here. He's not going to. He's tucked in a little too far. That wall is not going to let him see it. But if he pulls pad out, gets prone, and starts going for it, he could get this objective right here and take Rome 3-1.
You're absolutely right. And we've seen it happen. We've seen it happen in the highest level of games. Players proning their way up to that corner, punching in the code, all the while as the squads are distracted. And now is Lucky's time to go, and he knows that the shots come out, and he's actually sprinting. That's not...
Did he stop in time? Did Fester Taint hear the footsteps? He's got pad out. Fester Taint's on the move. He doesn't know, but he's going to have to be careful because... Can he cap from here? Will Ostentatious be able to see him?
I think Austin should see him as he tries to get up to the corner. But he's not calling him out, and Lucky AF is punching in the code. Rome gonna go up? No, they don't. Somnus drops Fester right as he decides to round the corner on Lucky, which is the right call, and puts Rome up 2-1.
Yes, 2-1. Wow. And you see, and we saw there, Lucky AF throws his pad away in despair because his teammate took a chance to get the cap, but he does say, you know what, it's all good. You got the round win, and that's what matters. Good sportsmanship and great play from Rome there. They definitely had that cap. I mean, I was literally on the edge of my seat with that one, NightFiree. I don't know about you.
Yeah, that was a great move out of the team there, out of the squad. This Rome's team is just showing the coordination, and I do think that they're going to take this downfall map if they keep up this pace. They're looking very good. They have the...
Who won the first map, by the way, since my power decided to go out?
Rome 4-1.
Okay.
Yeah,
so Rome's showing pretty good for a new team right now.
Yeah, they're looking to take the series.
I don't know about for you, NightFiree, but my objective has not mirrored. I'm now seeing the ice cream truck building objective again. Wonder if the teams will notice or if they'll even care.
I think it's very likely a bug for us. Just seeing the wrong objective right now. Let's see what happens when the round actually starts.
Oh, good point. Good point. We are between rounds, so...
It's hard to remember that when you actually see people on the field still because of some interesting 1-5 bugs, but I like to keep everything clean and crisp for you guys as we dive in. Well, this will be a little bit confusing to this 4th round. The objective is not on the right spot on the map, but it's right for them.
Okay, so everyone's just going to have to play pretend that the objective is where it's supposed to be, which is here at the dumpster building where we saw in the last round.
Now my colors are back to being correct. Blue or Marsoc.
Mine are broken.
Fun. So...
yeah, Dante, maybe we're going to just send you this clip, you and Mr. Death. We're just going to send you this VOD.
They got it. my first day this week casting, I sent them to it, and so they have all the bugs.
All right.
We're
Good.
good. We're good there. No need to clip any more bugs. We don't want to highlight those.
Absolutely.
It's a bit of a different play style out of Sinister, probably a lot slower, checking their angles, making sure they can ID defensive positions early before they move, but not really the easiest thing to do sometimes on downfall.
Right. I don't think really anything's easy to do on downfall, but to die.
All right, I'm gonna try to make Red Chuck eat last.
It's way too easy to die on this map. So many open spaces, very little cover to bound between, and it's tough.
Sinister Pride crossing that north red truck one by one as the two of the rest of the squad rotate around to the east, or sorry, the south. Lionheart and Kanan. I like the spot out of Kanan here, trying to get a line of sight into White House from way back. You know, being able to look through that window before your team rounds the corner and gets roasted by it. It's a smart move.
Yeah, that is definitely the move of a player who is more experienced in this league and who knows these maps, knows those angles of an attack or of a pick that a defender might be holding. So a very smart play, yeah, like you said, from Kanan. He's using his old thinking bucket.
And look at Somnus. He's getting into a very dangerous position just because not only do you become vulnerable to these guys that are now behind him, like Lionheart.
No,
but you
I
also
like it.
I know you also have he's super exposed from the north as well. Fester IDs him, or whoever's down there catches him. He's in bad shape, and he misses those shots, so they should know he's here now. Lionheart kind of trained up here onto this hill and doesn't have much cover.
Oh, here comes the angle from Lionheart. He finds him and quickly roasts Mad Somnus. Mad Somnus will know not to use that spot. And I think he would have been fine. You know, you were right. He was exposed from the south, but had he not done too much shooting or even movement to show the other team there in the north that he was out there, he would have been able to capitalize on Lionheart. But then he took those shots way off range. He didn't connect, and then Lionheart knew exactly where he was. And there's Lionheart, as we say his name, it's like he can hear us.
Yeah.
He grabs William Dunce with a nice headshot.
And Sinister Pride are answering back really well on this Marsoc round. Lionheart with some key picks. It's important to remember that we're not looking at the objective that's on the screen here. The objective is right where these smokes are coming out, and they're pinching in on it, and they actually have really weak coverage of it. They have one guy up top, Lorena Scout, who can see down into this objective pit, but other than that, Aramita has to catch Lionheart here on this cross, and he does. A huge pick. Shuts down the south. Now he can shift its attention back onto the objective, and it is still going to be a tough cross here to deal with that dark room. Aramita. It's not an easy task, but they have all the time in the world. Well, I don't know. How much time is left?
We don't know. I was just getting ready to ask that, like, how much time do they have? But this attack is going well. Nullis, if he could just push, somebody just push, they should be able to get over there to that objective, which, again, remember, folks, is just across from him at that dumpster building. Never mind, though. Sinister Pride going to get their win, and Rome is not going to be the winner, as you'll see on your screen at the moment.
Oh, that's right
And
for
that'll
us.
be Sinister Pride. Okay, it's right for you.
We're off kilter on the rounds with our bugs. Which is really cool, I think. That's really great.
That is a bug to behold. Something that alternates being correct for one and then the other. We're having a good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good time.
Fun stuff here. But a nice answer back of a Marsoc round from Sinister Pride. I mean, I guess I was really thinking Rome were going to start to run away with it, but they just let themselves get grabbed there.
Mm-hmm. It's been a good game overall. I mean, Rome, as you said, did get a 4-1 win in the first map, but from what I was seeing, they were doing well at recovering from that kind of shaky start. Once they won that Marsoc round there on Bazaar, it seemed to be going their way, and now Sinister Pride seems to be able to claw back. Will they be able to take the lead, though? Because if I remember correctly, Rome would have started out on defense here. Am I right? I don't recall.
Couldn't tell you. My colors are all mixed up. I don't know what's right anymore.
Up is down, down is up. Blue is pink, orange.
I think they started on Marsoc.
Okay. Well, they started on Marsoc on Bazaar.
No, they started. That's because the other team picked Volt.
Interesting.
So I was willing to wager that this is their map pick.
Okay, the objective is wrong for me. My colors are right, the objective is wrong. I'm seeing ice cream truck.
Yeah, I am too. Colors are wrong. Objective is wrong. Timing is wrong. All these things you have to keep in mind while you watch this round.
Rome is going to need to get to that objective quickly as they only have 45 seconds left on the clock to get this round over with. Certain's going to grab William Dunce, and that's going to be a great start for them. Based on where the defensive positions are, I'm going to assume we got a multi-purpose building objective. NightFiree.
Yeah, me too.
Lorena's scout going to get a pick on the guy in objective. Nullus is going to go down and he's gone. No saving him, and Kanan's going to rotate into his place.
Lorena opting out of the pistol, going with a SMG here. Not an SMG,
Here's Lucky.
but a specialist.
Here's Lucky again. He's right on top of the objective. He's got smokes out. He doesn't really have the situation that he had previously, though, so this I don't think is going to work out for him nearly as well.
And Kanan identified it.
Yep, and Ostentatious is there with the sniper rifle to end it quickly. The smoke just did not cover anything, unfortunately. Those new smokes a bit directional coming out of the top of the can there, so you have to really be careful and analyze where that smoke is before you push out, because it could do you no good whatsoever if it's pointed the wrong way.
Definitely makes it tough. A nice pick from Lorena. Turns it into a 3v3. Scratch that, make it a 3v2 as Aramita finds one as well. Lionheart with the refrag, and there's just trading blows left and right, and we now are into a 2v2 with, I'd say, roughly 4 minutes left on the clock.
A 2v2 in Trade Town, NightFiree. Yep. You know what we should do when these maps, when these overlays are messed up? We should just take the complete overlay off and just... Oh, well, then we can't see the kill feed either. Aramita's going to grab Lionheart, though, as he gets a bit too aggressive, and now it's a 2v1, and the 1 is on the objective. If they can coordinate this similar to how they did that dumpster building objective, we could see a cap come out here from Rome still. Mad Somnus going to be the one to push the cap this time. C4 is going to go off from Kanan, but it's not going to grab anyone. Thankfully, we can now see that with the new recent update. Mad Somnus going to come around from the other side instead. You can't get a cap from in there, Somnus. I'm sorry to tell you. It's been tried and tested many a times. And you just can't do it, son. I'm sorry.
It would really make defending that objective insanely challenging.
Oh, he just needs to be more quiet. I think he could have possibly gotten away with this.
Can he cap on the corner? Did you have to come out a little bit from that corner, don't you?
I think, yeah, you have to stick your hand out a little bit. Maybe not.
No. Kanan doesn't peek out. It's Somnus. Free caps around the wall. Rome take the series.
Goodness. I mean, and he was able to get back around the corner at the end of the round. Like, you know, how normally you'll see the defender get there right at the last second after the cap and come out and kill the last guy there. But we did not see that. He was even able to get away. So that would have been a clean insertion right there from Mad Somnus. And what I thought was a really risky attempt from coming from the those suppressive shots he put out initially. I'm like, what is he doing? You know, what is he thinking? But it ends up working for him as Kanan does not check it even after hearing that, even after hearing those shots. I mean, if it were me, I would have checked that corner after hearing those shots. Even if I risk getting shot in my face, I'm not gonna give that up.
Mamma mia, I think it looks like our third map is going to be Suburbia. So we're gonna go from the longest range to the shortest in the blink of an eye. I imagine this map's gonna be quick.
Yeah, you know, both teams haven't really been playing slowly per se. I think they've been playing slowly when they've needed to adapt and change up how they're attacking because things aren't going their way. But overall, I think they're doing a good job on both sides of keeping the momentum going.
I'm in agreement there. We'll see if we see any subs again.
I have a feeling that missing person on the Rome side might be Gladiator coming back in. It could be that Lionheart originally was supposed to be reservist for them. Oh wait, no, Lionheart's a reservist for Sinister Bride.
All right, getting all
Never
mixed
mind.
up.
Yep, all twisted up over here. Thank you also to Sparrows clipping that little engagement that I had asked to be clipped there on that center hotel. I appreciate that.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late.
Yeah, Gladiator is in for Rome.
Like I'm a freaking fortune teller, man. Got what appears to be a northeastern objective coming up. A red car objective on the northern street there. So hopefully that is the objective that we'll actually see in round. Though there's a possibility that we might not know that it's the wrong objective. As we saw in the last round there or two of Downfall where we've had some technical issues on the side of the game and the spectate function. NightFiree, are you still alive?
Yeah, man, I'm just waiting for this round to kick off.
Okay, I'm just making sure I don't need to call emergency services for you. I want to lose you. We got too many games to cast this weekend. Can't have you dying on me on Friday night, you know?
You asked me a question, I was typing in chat.
No, I didn't. Just wanted to make sure we didn't lose you by any means or anything.
Quit worrying about me.
I just missed you, buddy. It's like our timer's right, at least on my end. Colors appear to be correct as well.
Keep those fingers crossed as we dive into what is not the series decider, since Rome have taken the first two maps, but it is important for the MMR, and it is map number 3, round 1.
Lorena Scout's shotgun should do him quite the justice here on Suburbia. Should be a perfect example of when to use that.
He is waiting in these bushes to see if he can catch Fester out. A lot of the shotgun shots missing here, and Fester does get around through the smoke over to Blue Bus. Lorena going to try and toss a nade up and over, and it does catch Fester on the back end, so a good nade for Lorena. All the while, smokes have come out on the other side of the map over towards Lucky, and the push is coming out from Sinister Pride. Lucky finds one. Kanan going down. Lionheart trying to answer back with the refrag. Lucky peeking through those bushes and doesn't see Lionheart pushing up. Lionheart catches him out with a quick flick of the wrist. And now we're into a 3v4. Sinister Pride working with this entire east side, basically. Now a 2v4 as Gladiator catches one behind these bunker, and he's going to be a real troublesome defender if he had stayed there. Ostentatious picks him off. And now we're into a 3v2. Fast action, Sleepy, as predicted.
Cover my back.
Absolutely correct, NightFiree and Sinister Pride. Well, they were doing quite well here on this western side. That's since been slowed down just a tad. Gladiator's position kind of stopping their push there for a moment up until the point where he was picked. But I was actually muted a moment ago when I asked you, is that barrier where Gladiator went down, is that a newer barrier? Or am I just misremembering this map?
It might be. Loreno with the rotation. Times it right, but doesn't have the right gun out. You think he was going to go for a nade around that wall, and Lionheart pushes it just at the right moment. And now they're into a 2v2. I'm trying to see. William doesn't have a good angle out here where Lion's pushing, but maybe, yeah, I think he has a good line of sight on towards objective from that corner if he decides to kind of peek out through the gap.
It's kind of a good spot for late in the round for a defender to be on the other side of that fence, but unfortunately he's going to come out from behind the fence that was protecting him, or at least hiding him, and Lionheart's going to find the kill. Gladiator should be calling that out to his team, though. However, he might be trying to be quiet and let them get by him so that they don't have the quick angle to be able to just silence him quickly.
Dominus is well aware of Lionheart's position over here, but he just doesn't have the angle. Does finally catch him out with a very tight line. And now he's facing off against Austin. With 2:50 left on the clock, Austin has all the time to rotate around and sort of poke and prod at Somnus's location. He doesn't need to keep forcing this angle.
Ostentatious with some pretty effective smoke, it appears. It has forced a relocation of Somnus, so it has obviously cut off his line of sight towards the objective. So very effective, but not too effective, as he does end up rotating right into the sights of Somnus and giving Rome their first win here on Suburbia.
Trying to run away with the series here and just come out real strong. Maybe 12-3, 12-4, something like that is what they're looking for. And they're starting it off right here on this Suburbia map. A good, solid defensive round from them. We'll see how they work on offense. I'm kind of excited because so far they've shown pretty good teamwork on Downfall. And teamwork can make the dream work on Suburbia, so I'd love to see what sort of smokes and what sort of pushes they opt for this next round.
Yeah, I mean, the name of this game is teamwork. Teamwork and communication are probably the two pillars of this game that are not necessarily underappreciated or not taken seriously as much, but a lot of people like to focus on just the shooting aspect of this game or just the grenade aspect of the game. All of the
fundamentals.
The game, exactly. But for this level of play and to continue to rise, you really got to build that coordination, that communication above all else. I mean, because if you look at some of the top teams, they're not scared to give away their position if they know it will give their friendlies an angle to be able to maybe engage and take out that person before they come and get them. So you'll see Pants, for example, on Global Chem. He'll be right on the other side of the walls from someone. If he hears them, he's calling them out. He doesn't care if they know he's there. Yep. He's confident in his ability, so he gives out the information to his team. And that ultimately ends with Global Chem finding the picks from different angles that the defender wasn't, or the attacker in some cases, aren't ready for. And that's exactly how they capitalize on that stuff. So intel, very important in this game, and I think a lot of teams still underappreciating that aspect of play.
A lot of teams finally catching on as well, watching tape, doing analysis, trying to improve via all means, and trying to prepare themselves for the enemy accordingly. And as the league evolves, the commitment has evolved. So I'm really curious to see this season what kind of quality matchups we get at the very end of the season. The last 3 to 4 weeks, I think, are going to be really exciting in Season 7, just because I don't know what kind of strats we're going to see. We're not going to have been focusing too much on those top-tier teams, so we won't really know what to expect with these matchups, and it'll be really exciting to watch and see what comes out. So, lots of hype around the season right now. And it's always fun to watch these new teams try to develop some of these new strats, and sometimes they'll bring out stuff that I've never seen before. Like this Silence Pistol Shotgun right now.
Yeah, and Sinister Pride does hit, or I'm sorry, Rome does hit the round reset, I believe.
Yep.
I think they left a man behind or something. Should be getting right back into that, though, pretty quickly, I'd say. There we go. Ostentatious now readied up.
Hopefully
got our
botch the timer for us. Ah, it doesn't. Everything is in order. We're in a good lobby.
Yay. Suburbia, the old school map of Suburbia, gonna save the day for us here. Keep everything going in sync.
262557.
Lucky saying we're almost there. Very true. This could be the final round of the series if they go. Oh, sorry, no, it couldn't. I was thinking they had 2. They did not. But yeah, they have a few more rounds ahead of them in this final map.
Some smart pre-fire from Gladiator up lane 3, making sure no defenders are sitting there watching for the cross on the driveway. So some great play there from him. A nice grenade comes over, but I don't think it's quite gonna find anyone. No, it explodes on the roof, and Lionheart gonna find one headshot onto William Dunce on the far west side from the white car.
Yeah, Lucky AF is going to try his luck at Lionheart's defensive position as well as he tries to peek through these shrubs. Very risky. If Lionheart's paying enough attention, he does see the change in pattern out of here through the shrubs. Lionheart's looking, so this smoke should give his location away if he sees it come out and over the shrubs.
Lionheart with some fire. Did he see Lucky AF in the hedge? If not, he's gonna know something's there because that smoke just came out towards him. It's not gonna. He gives the call out, as we talked about. That intel very important.
Lucky does manage to cross though, and I think this rotation did go unnoticed from Lionheart, so it could be a surprise.
Could be, but Somnus comes up from behind, and Lionheart does find him. Lucky AF pops out to put some pre-fire on, but Lionheart ducks down. The C4 goes off on the other side of the map. Doesn't find anyone, I believe. Or does it?
Rome just getting shut down on this push. Sinister Pride not rolling over on this series. They want to get a couple more points. And Austin gets his team on the board as he picks off Lucky AF, and we're tied 1-1 in this final map. Yeah, if they take this map, dude, it's not a bad performance from Sinister Pride by any means. They definitely have put up very good fights against Rome, strong defensive rounds, and you know they win the map. They can turn things into 7-9 total, which is definitely a reasonable score. They just have to shut down Rome from scoring anymore.
Oh, I completely agree with that. This has been a great match, even if the scoreline heavily favors Rome in appearance. Sinister Pride's done a great job at battling this one out. Both teams really giving a great fight, and I think giving us a great show. So I'm not disappointed whatsoever in this matchup. I'm really glad we did pick it up, and I'm glad you were able to host so that I can make it on time for us to be able to bring this action, because it has been action.
Oh yeah,
no doubt about that.
Absolutely. All the Onward stuff here, and if you want to get involved and get more of the Onward action, you can always head on to that link at the bottom of your screen, vrmasterleague.com/onward. You can register for a team, join the Discord, follow our Twitter, which would be great because we're trying to build up that presence. Which, you know, if you do that, then you can be retweeting the tweets about when games are going live, drawing in more viewership. It's a supporting the league, you know. If you don't want to support monetarily, we'll take social media support as well.
Absolutely. If anything, we'll take more of that.
Yeah.
Right now. You guys have already been doing a great thing with your subscriptions and keeping those Twitch Prime subscriptions coming in, those bits coming in. You know, we can say nothing but thank you to all of you for tuning in and doing that. We just want to bring you guys the action, and so we appreciate your support. So yeah, your support on social media and spreading that word, spreading the VR bug is definitely what we're about at the end of the day. So get out there, tweet us, Facebook us. Don't find me on Instagram because I don't have an Instagram. So
I don't got a gram either, so we're fine.
I'm old, NightFiree. I can't be doing all this new. And we're gonna see another round reset. It appears from Sinister Pride.
I think they were
Yes.
having time bugs on their watches. Fun stuff.
All 5 players are ready back up. We have our 5 beeps, and we're going to get back into the action. The time is back to being synced up, so everything appears to be a-okay. Let's see what the players think. Something is going on. It appears Sinister Pride thinks the lobby is going to need to be reset.
Fun times.
Yep, and it does appear. Yep, so the lobby is emptying out. NightFiree, we will need to find our new home here momentarily.
All right.
So maybe let's take the folks into the intermission, show them some of Buxton's hard work with the pop-ups and the replays built in. Give us a
don't think
chance
it's
to get
gonna
them set
be
back
that
up for
long.
action.
Well, we can do that. I imagine it'll be only about a minute, so we'll be back shortly. we are back with the remainder of this matchup. We have joined the lobby.
The objective has remained the same, though the spawn has changed. However,
Gotta
for this
update those
objective,
scores as well.
oh, absolutely, I will.
0-0 right now.
I'm so sorry, NightFiree. I have failed you. I even told you I would do it, and I have failed you, but I fixed it.
We're starting off the round. Rome on the defensive. Poking and prodding at Sinister Pride here. Nades coming out from the back end. Pretty well placed, but not going to be effective.
Some decent smoke out into the playground there from Fester Taint, I believe that was. It's not going to get him very far. He will need to relocate it, but that's a nice one on the objective. A nice attack seems to be forming here from Sinister Pride. Sinister Pride being an older team, I can see them maybe having a little bit of an edge here. They've definitely had a lot of time to play this map. A competitive play, but Lorena Scout gonna throw a beautiful nade out the back door and grab two. There's now 3 members of Sinister Pride down back there, and he's gonna come out and clean up house with the shotgun.
Yeah, Sinister Pride just getting blasted there in the middle. They got flanked from the side and lost 2 early, and then that nade catching 3 now. Or sorry, catching 2 more. Now Fester, the last one alive, has a tall order ahead of him, a 1v3.
It can be done though. If they stop paying attention to the side, he can at least get himself over to the hedges and close to the tank. If he can put a smoke up on that balcony there below the windows, he can actually block line of sight onto the center of the street and get his cap. But he'll need to be able to do that all very quickly, as he's the only member, and he's going to have to deal with 3 members of Rome as they're all staring at the objective once all this theoretically begins to unfold. Seems like Fester is aware of his downed and not dead teammate Nullist, so hopefully that communication has been made and he can help even the odds out a bit.
Yeah, he's pretty free and clear here in the middle. No real eyes on him. Everyone pretty much focused on keeping this street tucked and defended. Maybe a free res. Turn it into a 2v3 with 3:30 left. They got some time to work with. We'll see what they can muster up.
Definitely. 3.5 minutes. Easy to work with on Suburbia. And I don't think Fester Taint actually knew his teammate was alive until Nullus gave him a sweet little whisper that said, "Come here, sweetie, and stick that needle in my arm, get me back up." And now they are working their way out. Not too sure what they're going to do here. I think going to lane 1 might actually be a bad call, as it does seem to be kind of the focus of Rome's attention, especially the guy there in the back house. I believe that's Somnus. No, he's moved up. Lucky there in the front yard. Gonna be the one looking lane 1.
Noah's trying to signal to Fester about potential defensive positioning. Slowly working their way over on west.
Question is, will Lorena Scout get antsy, peek that window at the same time that Sinister Pride, by the way, has 2 LMG squad mates remaining, so their odds of winning in a firefight are fairly high if they can hit their shots, because they won't have to reload like these other guys will. Or will they just plain sneak past Lorena Scout? To be honest, I think Sinister Pride also need to be careful, because you know Lorena's rocking that shotgun. And if you go into that house with Lorena and that shotgun, it's gonna be a bad idea for you.
Yeah. I wonder what Lorena is shooting at.
I think he might just be one of those guys that's just like 0 Fs are given here. I'm gonna fire out to give away my position. Fester's gonna pop up to shoot at Somnus, but he's not gonna hit it. A frag's gonna come out. Nope, it's a flash from Lorena, but he's not gonna capitalize and rush down on it. Fester ain't gonna be able to recover. Somnus coming around. Will Fester hear it? Nope, another flash maybe. No, it's a frag. And that one's good. Fester Tane is gonna go down. Nullus though, will he? Oh, he tries to pre-fire the fence and he's gonna let it have it, but Somnus gonna go back inside.
Nade.
Here comes another nade. Flash. Doesn't work. Nullus grabs Somnus, but Lorena Scout with that shotgun. Gonna get the kill and grab Rome, their second win.
Take the lead 2-0, and they are, well, trading rounds right now. We'll see if this trend continues. The Sinister Pride can take themselves a Marsoc round. But bit of a back and forth, really the whole series until Rome runs away with it. So we'll see if a cap has something on their potential docket, and I think it's definitely going to be something they're going to be eyeing here. Take this final map 4-1 and come away with the series, like I said earlier, 12-4.
We will just have to see. I don't know. Sinister Pride did a good job on their defense last round here on Suburbia, so that was where they got that first round win. So
Yeah.
I think we'll probably see that same kind of pattern. I think we're going to see tight box defense on the objective, very little aggressive or over-aggressive defenses, and yeah, it's probably just going to be kind of Marsoc walking into a kill box.
Gotta stand up and do a little stretching every once in a while, Sleepy. Keep things loose.
Absolutely. We should encourage the folks at home to get up right now and do a little stretching of their own. Stay healthy, folks, mentally, physically, and emotionally.
That blood flow circulating throughout the body as the heart's pumping from the onward action. We dive into round number 4 of this final map.
And if Rome are able to capitalize on this objective and cap, it could be the final round.
Look, you had heard that the round before.
Nice smoke over the center there from Rome so far. They got beautiful smokes going out, actually. But their aggression doesn't pay off, and it's already 3 of them that have gone down. Very unfortunate for their attack. They tried to get aggressive in the style of Danglers or SMC or teams of the like, but it does not work. And they all just get mowed in the center, and one gets picked through lane 3 from very far. But he's going to be revivable. Lionheart's going to get hard up, and he is going to get aggressive like I said they wouldn't. He's going to drop 1. Will he grab 2? He does get 2, but the third one, William's going to pick him up, and it's all up to William now. William, what are you going to do?
1v4. Hopefully he doesn't take all 5 minutes of the Suburbia round. Because he definitely could do that. He could peek over here on the left side, poke and prod a little bit, rotate all the way back around to the other side. Suburbia, being so small, offers you these sorts of little nuanced maneuvers. Wouldn't be surprised if he starts to kind of bounce back and forth on the map.
Well, I mean, it's the only smart thing to do, honestly, as a single player. That's really his only option, and Suburbia going to be one of the better maps to be able to utilize that type of prodding of the defense, getting those picks. And if he's careful, he does have a line of sight on Kanan there in the behind the door of the garage, but I'm not quite sure he's going to be able to see that. Kanan will probably see him first, and he does.
Sinister Pride answering back. Tie it up 2-2.
Yep, I don't know about you, NightFiree, but my overlay there at the end was wrong.
Yep, same. We're matching again.
All right. Looks like we might get a repeat of our initial objective since the lobby was reset. I'm seeing a red car objective. I don't know about you, NightFiree, but
Yeah, we'll see. Sure, it'll get switched up. Oh yeah, maybe they're gonna wonder if they'll rehost. Because we did remake the lobby. Which would allow this objective to happen twice. Then gets a little bit more challenging to make a lobby and get an objective that hasn't been picked already as you get deeper into a round. So we'll see what happens.
I don't know. I feel like if they were going to do that, they probably have started jumping out of the lobby. So we're coming down to like 15 seconds left between the auto start of the round. So we'll have to see what happens if they play it out for the same objective or they do start bailing on the lobby. But right now we're down to 5. And still no jumpers.
Yeah, looks like we're going in.
I think both teams at this point are like, the series is over, you know, we'll play whatever objective. I mean, obviously they're having bugs to which caused the lobby to be reset, so I can understand that. But yeah, the time seems to be right on my end. The colors are good.
They thought about quitting and then they didn't. You're right. They were they're just playing it through. I got worried for a second there, Sleepy. I thought maybe that we were gonna have to bounce around.
Whew. I was worried there for a second because Sinister Pride filed 5 straight in a line out of that eastern spawn, and any member of Rome could have had an LMG just blasting down there and picked all 5 of them right out. Really risky. Fester Tank gonna run into William Dunce here. William Dunce definitely gonna see him first, and Nullus gonna suppress the corner where William Dunce should be, but Dunce is down below the sandbags. The grenade comes out, but it's too far. Nullus gonna rotate back. Kanan and Ostentatious push up the east.
The nades are coming out in force right here. Sinister Pride.
Smokes are out. Good smokes, it appears. At least good for a street cross. Gladiator's gonna push up. He's right on the other side of the bush from Kanan.
Meanwhile,
Kanan, do you know Kanan runs right out in front of Gladiator.
all sorts of pushing happening over here. William going up into the playground, getting aggressive. He gets one and then trades. Gladiator pushing up here. He's going in on Nolus. He's pushing up. He's going to go for the res on William, potentially.
Oh, Nolus sees him, and he does connect. He does the smart thing, and you can tell that's a veteran player there because he went ahead, even though he didn't know if they weren't speaking, they weren't making any noise, but he still went ahead and put a few rounds in him anyways. He said, why not? I'm going to make sure that those guys are dead, no problem. It's a 3v2 now. Sinister Pride has the edge. They've got smokes out, and really there's no one on the... Oh, I guess Lucky is on the objective, but he's about to get picked if he's not careful.
Ducks the fire from Ostentatious behind White Car, and he's going to try and answer back. Lionheart also looking for that frag, and he catches it.
Yeah, that push a little bit ill-advised. Will the smokes come out now is the question. No, Nullus knows where it came from. He's going to suppress it.
Tries to peek again, and Nullus, yeah, catches the final kill. Sinister Pride take the lead for the first time this series and go up 3-2 on Suburbia.
And they go into a Volk round. They could take the map here and at least salvage some of that MMR.
7-10 final score would definitely be respectable and, yeah, help on that loss of the MMR, but Rome, I don't think, will let this one go so easily. They've definitely been playing strong and coordinated.
You have got that right. I am very impressed for a team that basically formed up at the end of last season. I mean, like very end of last season. They got a few games under their belt then, I think. And then they're coming out pretty strong here in Season 7. So the latter better watch out because Rome are here and they're ready to fight. So.
No kidding. Taking that 2-minute timer down to the line because each team really trying to hash out what could be the series, well, and the series ending round. Sinister Pride take this Volk round. They'll take the map. Will be their first on the day and only on the day.
Yeah, if only they could have done this one map sooner.
I mean, even on Bazaar, they put up very good fights, but just slipped up a few times, I feel like, on their defensive, holding. And Rome, with a lot of coordination, definitely proving to be a strong offensive team. And on these, I would honestly, I'm surprised to see Sinister Pride taking this map right now. Maybe Rome kind of taking it easy. Because I feel like that this map would be Rome's map through and through with how good they've been playing coordinated-wise with their nades on the close quarters stuff.
Yeah. I'm starting to wonder if we're seeing, like, the personification of our theory that a reservist can just ruin that cohesion of a team, that coordination that you have, because Sinister Pride does have one reservist, Rome does not.
Right.
So, as we've talked about, having that reservist, and that reservist can play well. And don't get me wrong, Lionheart has played very well for Sinister Pride here today. But I do think that that 5-man cohesion and that coordination, I think that's why we're seeing Rome just edge it out on Sinister Pride. They've got all 5 of their guys who know how each other play and what the team is supposed to do, and it's really showing. And Sinister Pride is unfortunately not in that situation. So I think we might be seeing a kind of a proof in our pudding, NightFiree.
Yeah, Rome definitely has been putting practice in. You can tell that they're looking like they have plays for a lot of this stuff. We'll see how this one unfolds. The smokes now come out. And they need...
Nice smoke, actually, from Gladiator.
Yeah, they do. They're going to need about 2 or 3 more if they really want to have it doused.
Yeah, I think those directional smokes maybe not helping them as much as they'd like. That toss might help them, actually. Yeah, good bounce. Good bounce helps them out really well. Third one to go in, maybe. No, it's a flash, and that's going to definitely blind Ostentatious. They should be able to... No, he's on the other side of the bushes, and they're going to get through.
Wow, he misses them on the backside. No, he does catch Lucky AF. Rotation from Lorena does get him. And now Lorena's on the backside with the shotgun. Kanan realizes this. He goes down from Lorena. Lorena's wreaking havoc on Sinister Pride's defense. And Nolas is going to try and rotate. Lorena needs support from the front side.
This is going to be tough. Lorena's got a quick draw, needs a shotgun. He does take down the defender.
Uh-oh.
There's one.
Gladiator could push the objective right now. Lionheart is so far away. But he's going to rotate around.
He just realized it. Yep. He just checked his tablet. He's hard on a push, but he's still very far away. If Gladiator pushes up and was on the backside of this car, he might have been able to get out there.
He went so hard on the push that he ignored checking the angles that he was back there for, and he misses the kill he could have gotten.
And Gladiator going to give up just too much time, and he's going to allow Lionheart to rotate back.
The cap probably out of the question now.
Lorena Scout, though, he is providing intel as to Lionheart's position. He is calling out lane 2 barricade in front of lane 2. So Gladiator should have a good picture of right where Lionheart should be if he was to pre-fire the corner or to even try and maybe find an angle that he could push without him seeing. Though I think that's pretty much out of the question with Lionheart's position here.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go here and then go back.
He does try and pre-fire, but Lionheart stays smart, keeps his head down.
The best choice is for Gladiator to rotate around here and catch the side of Lionheart through this fence. Real easy.
Yep. Looks like that's what he's going to try and do now. No, okay, he's going to cut back through the center house.
Maybe he's going to go all the way around and look for that clear flank. He's going to look for the backside of Lionheart.
No, that's a smart play. That's a smart play. Will Lionheart be smart enough to realize that too much time has elapsed and start checking his back?
Yeah, he is kind of gandering. Gladiator is getting here, though. He knows right where he is. He pops up, doesn't shoot.
I think he wanted to just make sure. Oh, and he's going to inch out at just the wrong moment. Watch. No, he's on the other side of the fence, and Lionheart can't see it.
He checked.
He's going to win.
He looked to the right, but the FOV was just a little bit too low, and he couldn't see him out of the corner of his periffs. And Rome tied up 3-3.
Man, oh man. And Rome, here they go. Now they're on the defense for the win. What we thought could have been Sinister Pride's round to take the map As NightFiree said, Rome has other ideas, and they're still clawing for the victory on all maps. Total domination.
If you are just tuning in, you missed it. Hate to break it to you. You know, we're at the tail end of the series, the final round coming up here. Rome have been definitely putting up a good show so far. Very coordinated squad, practice team for sure.
Yeah, we are definitely seeing that.
Sinister Pride playing well with their sub, definitely giving Rome a run for their money, but just not quite enough on these maps. Might be enough if they can manage to grab this Marsoc round, as they still have one round left on this Suburbia map.
It's still anybody's game. We've gone to round 7 for the first time tonight.
Here we go, round 7 of map number 3.
4-1-4-2 and then 3-3 right now. So we win this.
I don't like jokes.
No, I'm just kidding. All right.
The timers look good. We've got a new objective. Wait, we have a new objective.
Yeah, it's the 7th
that
round.
right? Oh, right, absolutely. There's just no way for the other team to respond.
Bingo.
My brain isn't braining right now, NightFiree.
All
Are
right.
Rome looking to get... Or is Sinister Pride looking to get a cap here on Marsoc? Uh-oh, a grenade comes out and it's going to be a good one!
Oh,
And just like that, the push is over. Fester Tank needs to get there to help his team. There are all these beautiful smokes. Look at these smokes, and they're all just going to go to waste. The east is completely open now. They're going to run out of time with these smokes, and they're just going to have used them all up.
he's trying to call them to they're trying to get these reses out fast so they can move in these smokes. It could be bad. They could be completely exposed as they cross if they go now.
Oh, and here they go. They're fading away one by one. There goes the second one. And there goes the third, and now the fourth. Oh, but there is some more smokes.
Fester hit
They're
the
talking.
roof with his arm.
And Rome's still not really directing their guys east. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because as we're seeing here, a bit of a rotation from Sinister Pride, maybe try and prod the other side.
Yeah, they didn't really adjust their focus here. They have lucky
Could have
there.
enveloped.
Yeah, they could have.
Shut that down right there by the bus and ended this thing and went home. But they're still pretty prepared for this change up, so if anything, that's a bonus.
Whenever you guys get over there.
And a hush falls the battlefield as Kanan makes his way towards lane 1, where Lorena Scout and William Dunce are both patiently waiting. Lorena's going to be able to see this and either call it out or even take the shots here. Kanan may have seen it, as he should see that body for sure. He sees him. William Dunce, will he peek out? Nope, the C4 comes out, and a good one to catch both remaining members on the eastern side, or the western side.
Perfectly tossed, blown right on their heads, insta kills. Even with it would have been insta kill anyway because they were res from that corner, but now it's a 1v3, ostentatious. Catches Lucky's dome, and that's an insta kill.
Oh, he could push. He could push up to behind the red car right now because Gladiator doesn't have a great angle on it. And William Dunce is still watching that western side. I mean, he could come in and cap here. What is Gladiator doing back here? I think he might be having some issues, or no, this is his position. Oh, I guess. Okay, yeah, he can see through the fence right there. So if Ostentatious actually pushes up from lane 4, he could kind of make a diagonal push from lane 4, staying behind the barricade, and then slightly out into the street where he'll be able to come up behind the red car before Gladiator's angle would be able to see him. And that wouldn't help him at all because the objective's on the other side of the map. I've been thinking the objective is at the red car.
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, he could push the red car. That'd be a really awkward spot to be at in the middle of the street fighting two guys defending objective.
Brain.exe has stopped working.
It's, and you can.
It's alright, I'll call it out. It's fine. I just want to know, I mean, are we going to 3v3? Are we allowed to, can we do it? That seemed to be the question of the day.
Threes across the board right now. Ostentatious
Yes,
is trying to locate this guy through the wood. He's not going to find him, but he is going to mingle and slink his way up closer to objective. He's got a minute 13 left, and I think at this rate he's not going to make it.
No, he's going to have to slither as fast as he possibly can slither. And if he does, he can make it past Gladiator, because Gladiator's angle is relative to that lattice at the top of that fence. So Ostentatious could actually sneak under that and then finally get an angle to where he can actually see Gladiator on the corner and possibly get a pick there. It's doable. But yeah, if he's gonna try and push the objective, he needs to move as quickly as he can now.
Gladiator just peeks around that corner, he'll catch him, but he's staying diligent on his angle, which is good, but may not be good for Austin as he finally does round the corner. Shots come out. Austin misses those. Has 25 seconds left on the clock. He needs the rotation from William, but William's staying steadfast on his angle as well.
Gladiator's going to rotate. They're going to meet each other. Ostentatious going to run up towards the objective, and William Dunce is going to finally come alive. Take the kill, and Rome will take the map and the game 3-0 in the series.
Strong performance from Rome today. I think we've highlighted it quite a bit between the breaks. They have definitely played well and coordinated. And the same with Sinister Pride. Definitely a strong performance from them. Good teamwork, but I think that substitute ultimately is what kind of is a thorn in their side, even if it's a good substitute.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we really did see, like we talked about at the start of that last map, just, I mean, unfortunately playing with a reservist is a lot bigger hit than you think, especially when you're playing a team that's probably very similar in skill level. And I think that's exactly what we saw here. Sinister Pride, unfortunately, having to take that one man on. And while he did a great job, unfortunately, it did not do what it needed to get Sinister Pride the win. So congratulations to Rome. Sinister Pride, good job. Great effort out there. But it's in the books, NightFiree.
It is, and with that, I think it'll be it from us today. If you want to get involved in the league, head on over to vrmasterleague.com/onward. Like I said, you should get involved in the Twitter, and that's where you'll find the Twitter link and the Facebook link and the links to the Twitch, so you can follow both of them. All of them. And I think that's going to be it. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's, my co-caster Sleepy with 2 3s. Thank you for joining us, and good night.
Good night, everyone.